Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for creating time to be part of this session today, and we are very excited to have you all here. So, I am Martha Akinyi from Kenya. My background is in landscape architecture, and for the past year, I've been working at a design and build and profit known as KDI as a design coordinator. I'll be your moderator for today, and during this session, we'll have the award ceremony. So certificates will be awarded to the mentors, participants, and organizers. We'll have a brief presentation from Icare partners, a presentation by the guest of honor today, Engineer Nawal, two success stories, and a presentation of the ebook. If you have any questions during the session, feel free to write in the chat, and there will also be a Q&A session at the end. And so thank you once again for joining, and without further ado, we will begin. The first presenter will be Godsent, who is a communications manager at Icare. He also works as a freelance data scientist, helping individuals and organizations extract the stories and insights hidden in their data, thus helping them make the right business decisions. So welcome, Godsent. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Martha. Sorry, I was trying to unmute my sound. Okay, we want to say huge welcome to everyone joining us for this event today. It is an honor. It's been an amazing two months. Yeah, I know a lot of projects came on board this year, and we are very grateful and thankful for that. We want to do a quick intro about Icare as an organization and what we stand for as an organization. Icare is actually an acronym that stands for I can revolutionize the environment sustainably. What we do here at Icare is that we amplify potentials, we grow good initiatives, and we find we're constantly looking out for important ideas. We are a team of international individuals who are socially and environmentally conscious, and we seek to bring change in the world by using sustainable solutions that improve livelihoods in marginalized and rural communities. What we strive towards is achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which covers every dimension of economic, environmental, and social sustainability. At Icare, our main focus actually we focus on livelihood, we focus on education, we focus on environment and partnership. Under livelihood, we look at our main focus on livelihood is no poverty, no hunger, good health, and under environment we have sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption, climate action, life below water, life on land. Under education, we we focus on quality education, and of course, this whole focus is cannot be possible without partnership, and that is why we also focus on partnership, and as partnership is concerned, we are partnered with quite a few organizations that made this year's mini project a success. And those organizations are JCI Data, GFSRD, Cooperative Society, Monte Cristo, Ecoturistico in Mexico, Community Links Sudan, Kika Skills in Netherlands, KECC, SDSN Kenya, and Jumuiya Women's Fund. And of course, we are also passionate about empowering young people, and we do that through awareness, through experience, through empowerment, you know, um, through awareness we make them understand, the value and impact of the SDGs. We also make them understand the connection of their actions and or choices and its effect on their surroundings. You know, we also prepare them and make them ready to create opportunities that are appropriate for communities and have the potential to flourish. And as agents of change, we make sure they use their knowledge, network, and experience to influence and introduce change in the society. And we are growing actually. Our members, partners, and volunteers are currently in 19 different locations across the globe. The United States, Netherlands, Greece, India, Sudan, Nigeria, Sri Lanka, Kenya, Turkey, Sierra Leone, Philippines, Bangladesh, Mexico, Colombia, Cameroon, Ghana, Sudan, Bolivia, and Germany. But our mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to the Society for Sustainable Development. Our vision is to have sustainable and equitable development for every individual from disadvantaged conditions in society in order to mitigate any differences in gender, race, social, and economic, connecting academia with cooperation starts with social corporate responsibility towards an improvement of the environment and social capital. And our work area, of course, are education, environment, and livelihood. Our objective is to improve the sustainable and equitable development of communities living in poverty and exclusion by empowering young adults to take ownership of the improvement of communities by aligning to the SDGs. Some of our current projects include the MEM for SDGs, that's my community and me. We also have Flip the Script projects, which we're using to help individuals improve their independency and enhancing different life skills. And also we have the guest articles and the mini project, which we are wrapping up today with the award ceremony. We are very thankful for everyone who participated this year in the mini project event. It was actually an impactful one. I'm sure when you see the ebook, you would actually appreciate, everyone who took part in this year's mini project event. Our future project, Icare Digital Academy, and which we are using to teach youths and grassroots NGOs how to mobilize digital skills for change. Thank you for listening, and hopefully, if you have questions at the end of the meeting, we'll have time to share our questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Godsend, for that presentation. We'll now have our next presenter who will give us a brief introduction on GFSRD, and that is Jayanta. Jayanta Choudhury is the founder of GFSRD, and the presentation is going to come from him. Okay, seems like he's not in the call. So we'll move on to the next presenter who will give us an introduction on JCI, and that will be Shaik, who is a member of the Icare board and the strategic planning team, as well as the regional focal of Icare in Southeast Asia region. Welcome, Shaik, and looking forward to your presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Martha. So JCI members actually provided a video presentation that we will play, but we will try to give a basic background. So JCI is working here for under JCI Bangladesh, which is basically JCI Chamber of International, and they are kind of working with the youth for all over the world, and thus they also have their relevant chapters in Bangladesh, and JCI Cosmopolitan is one of them. And the idea was that to promote the youth leadership, and that's meaning that the people or the group who are falling between 18 to 40, or let's say 18 to 45. So that was the major chunk of the kind of leaders or members that JCI or these organizations have. And where JCI actually kind of intersects with the common goals of Icare was like the both Icare and JCI work to develop the youth leadership to improve the livelihood of course the underprivileged people around the world, especially in the global south, that we always say that the four corners down below our globe, that's the South American part, African, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. And both of them also work for the education part, which to educate youths and children for, of course, kind of touching or reaching the sustainable development goal, meaning that there's this common interest for the SDG 4, SDG 8, and like other SDGs are there in this center mark. Indirectly also, goal number 17, which we always say that it becomes really important, and it actually will create an future impact for the future global collaboration between all these agencies. And that's one of the major work underlying. So Icare has major objectives, but in between this goal number 17 to have good partnerships, or let's say effective partnerships, will be the key in other sectors. Keeping that in mind, there was this notion that we should go for international MOUs and partnership, and thus Icare and JCI was the first good collaboration that Icare has, and that was also the first good collaboration from JCI side as well. So this was the brief, and now I would like to request the host or Noor to just play the video, summary video that the JCI vice president sent to us. Yeah. This will brief the good SDG related works that JCI is doing in South Asia.
I'm Sai Phalam, local vice president of JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to be in association with Icare Sustainability.
Now it's okay.
I also would like to express my privilege to be part of SDG of.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's working. It's working.
Okay, good.
2021. Let me briefly introduce you to JCI. JCI is a global membership-based non-profit organization of young active citizens from 120 countries between the age of 18 and 40. It is an organization which empowers young active citizens to moral leaders. In Bangladesh, JCI has been a major contributor of change and innovation to the region since it started its journey. JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan, one of the 17 local chapters operating in Bangladesh, and currently is one of the top local organizations of JCI Bangladesh in terms of efficiency points. JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan plays an integral role in doing development work in the society in line with Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, especially in the underprivileged community and schools through its various community projects. One of the main ambitions of the chapter in 2021 remains to connect its members contemporary trauma.
Noor, I think the sound again got distorted.
Our flagship project for the last 2 years was Project Omna, an initiative to abolish child marriage in the rural part of the country. Another of our project this year was Project Shuke Tigana, which was also in line with third SDG goal, which was good health and well-being. JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan has and always will try to build future responsible leaders for the society. Thank you.
Hi everyone, and greetings from JCI Dhaka Cosmopolitan. Project Anonna. How did it come about? When we were initially planning about this project, we kind of did a gap analysis of what is one of the most acute and demanding situations that young women face in a third world country like ours. And while exploring that, we realized that child marriage is something that is predominantly very high in rural areas of Bangladesh. And surprisingly, the number of teenage
Okay, this is
Uh,
all about the
Okay, so yeah. So
presentation.
because they just wanted to give the very brief, that was they actually initially wanted to be present, but they have a work. So the child marriage, that's they wanted to say that they have a unique project that is related to, I mean, touching the SDG poverty part as well as the inequality part of the other SDGs. It's like, kind of abolishing child marriage by next 2 years, reducing it to a significant percentage, if not, it's to zero. So that's why they have taken some notable work. So that was basically the presentation. We will share the presentation to all the participants. And in last, what the like way forward is that the good piloting projects that they are having in Bangladesh currently and one or two in the neighboring countries. So the idea is that to promote these good projects, the projects will have, that whenever there is a project, even for our mini projects, there might be some plus, there might be some minus. So sharing the good practices and the lesson learned will help us to kind of replicate these positive impacts that these projects are having, so that this can be kind of introduced into the other neighboring countries of South Asia in a larger scale. And of course, in future there should be some more collaboration between Icare and JCI to replicate these good projects into even the North African hub, which is the major part of Icare's intervention starting from Kenya. So that was the nation, and that's why, again, just in the closing remarks, I will again say that the SDG 17 will be very key, to all the achievement of other 16 goals in future. And hopefully the way Icare is working along with JCI and all other partners, if not within 2030, but then again, if it is 2035 or 40, hopefully we will reach all the goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Shayak, for that presentation. It was a good one. So the next presenter will be Jayanta, who will give us an introduction on GFSRD. He is the founder of GFSRD. Welcome, Jayanta.
Good evening from India. Audible and visible?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to give the presentation, because presentation I have already shared that. If you go to our website, www.gfsrd.net, it is in the chat, so you can get all the detail. But regarding some brief introduction of GFSRD, GFSRD stands for Global Forum for Sustainable Rural Development. Basically, from the name, you can see that we are focusing on sustainable rural development, not only sustainable development goal. And when we are talking about the sustainable development goal, we are focusing mainly on localization of SDGs. GFSRD is basically registered as a ISO registered company, not-for-profit company in India under Ministry of Corporate Affairs, but working in different countries. Presently, we have more than 8,000 plus members from 130 countries, and also more than 70 organizations has already joined us within different activities. Recently, we have made some move with two universities of Indonesia, National Institute of Technology and the Dijendra University. We used to conduct different program related to knowledge building and network building on rural development with the partnership of different organizations, both academic, civil society. If you go to our website, you can find that the basically aim of this organization, we found that there is a need of a linkage between the policymakers, practitioners, and the academician. Always there is a gap between these three. So we try to make a forum as a platform where everybody can come and make for advocacy for better sustainable rural development. If you see that in our board also, that the international board and different board also, we have put it not only academician and the broker, and also there is equal role of uh, practitioners who are working different civil society organization, NGOs, and other. So this is required because when you coming for sharing of not only the practice but also not only the academic, but all together we should put in the policy framework, and that is our journey. And recently we have started the International Journal of Sustainable Rural Development, and quite number of conference, faculty development program, online, offline. We did in Indonesia as a physical conferences. Now we are going to in this month of December, we are going to Malaysia for quite number of conferences there in collaboration with the organization. Similarly, next we are coming to Nepal, then Thailand. So like that, different activities related to obviously focusing on sustainable rural development. And Icare is our from very beginning when Icare started their journey in this mini project. Last year also you are the partner. We are proud partner this year also, but this time our contribution is frankly speaking little less that we supposed to be, but we are not that much because of some reason. But anyway, this is a great initiative. The all the presenter who have done, I mean, excellent work. Definitely your initiative, your ideas, your thought, we are going to take some shape, maybe in the small way, maybe in the large way, but the ideas is all important. And all those ideas we can clap together and think for the beautiful world, because there is no other planet. So we have to think for our own planet only. uh, with this, I mean, it's a great journey with iCare, and I'm sure that we will continue our journey. And all the presenters here who have shown their interest to join with us, congratulations all of you for your effort, and we'll try to our level best to showcase your ideas, showcase to and replicate your ideas in different way. We have quite number of, as we mentioned, we have right now 6 continental office in different continents, and also 17 global center we have started. If you go to the website, you can see that like a sustainable global center for sustainable agriculture and food security, global center of for youth development. So like that, but everywhere we are coming very shortly. We are coming with a few courses, online courses also, where for the civil society organization, NGOs, they can uh, get these capacity building courses. Like recently, we are coming with rural development project management. So how to design a project, how to implement that project in the rural areas. So, and what are the nuts and bolts on rural development project management. Similarly, next we are coming with a training of trainer on social enterprise, how the NGOs, they can develop themselves as a social enterprise mode. And very shortly, we are coming with certificate courses and even master degree courses we are planning for on sustainable rural development, so that not only implementing these things, but making a generation is also our duty for advocating sustainable rural development, that we are trying. And though within a very I mean 1.5 year we are doing this work, but with all the effort, all the support and partnership with various organizations, we are slowly, but we are moving with our goal. With this, once again, congratulations, and hopefully it's a virtual thing, but again, definitely we will meet somewhere, even physically also. So thank you very much, and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you and best wishes too. We'll have the next presentation, which will be an introduction on Kika's quilts. It will be done by Rian, who is a sustainable quilter from the Netherlands. She combines her passion for sustainability, youth empowerment, recycling old clothes, and saving textiles in her impact business named as Kika's Quilts. Her mission is to create a sustainable world where everyone feels welcome with the magic of quilts. Mentoring is important for her because it's a way to help the youth and other people with bright ideas to make their sustainable future happen too. It's a way of spreading knowledge and inspiration to make sure everyone has a chance at a sustainable future. So thank you so much, Rian, and looking forward to hearing from you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Marta, and thank you for the opportunity to present my business here. It's an impact business, so it's interesting to bring this perspective after what Jantu said. My mission is a sustainable world for everyone with the magic of quilts. And I do that by recycling trash into treasure. I do that both with the textile waste, like the donated old clothes and the textiles that are not used anymore. But with what I do, I also tell people, especially youth, that they are not trash. I do that with workshops, with storytelling, and by teaching people how to quilt. I work internationally, online and offline. I have a project in Uganda, in the Netherlands, and online. Yeah. But what is the link between quilting and sustainability? And what is quilting anyway? I've posted some pictures for you all to see, so you have an idea of what quilting is. It's basically making new beautiful objects you can use out of scraps of fabrics. And there are 4 ways quilting is important for sustainability. One of them is that it's a traditional craft. A lot of people can easily pick up when they're at home. And it also teaches you to work with your hands, and it can be a source to have a livelihood. Also, quilting is circular because you reuse old clothes and you give them new value, and you can use them again and again and again. So instead of throwing things away, you can keep using it. It's also about storytelling, and sustainability is all about sharing stories of people, so we have more understanding of all the different parts in the world. So if people, for example, understand how it is for a factory worker in Bangladesh, maybe it's easier for them to buy better clothes in the Netherlands. And storytelling is one way to get that understanding. Also, quilting is very accessible because everybody can learn it at their home with basic materials. Also, that you can make the techniques as easy or as difficult as you want. Even people who are like not creative can help in the picking out fabrics or the preparing fabrics for the work part. So, and that leads me to the 3 pillars I work with as kick-ass quilts. The from trash to treasure. For first, it's upcycling. Sustainability is important in everything I do. Like I give people new value, but also fabrics get new value. It's meaning making, which, for example, also gives people hope and a purpose beside the livelihoods they can get for it. I have a project in Uganda, for example, with the refugee community there, and the quilting has given them a sense of purpose to get over the traumas in their life and to make a home for themselves. And lastly, it creates community because we all come together to work on quilts together, and we decide what to do with the quilts. And because it's something beautiful and something innocent, a lot of people feel touched when they see it. And it's a way to bring people together, and community, and that sense of belonging is very important also for sustainability. Because if you feel like you belong and you are doing something important, you also feel more able to take care of the earth and to do good things. So the aim is to make everybody believe that they have value, and also that all textile resources have value. And I focus on disenfranchised youth because they have a lot of potential and also a lot of ideas. So how do I do that? It's a combination of activities. I organize workshops where I teach people how to quilt live, but also in online videos. And in the workshops, the focus is on using the materials that are already available and turning them into objects people can use. If there are, for example, a lot of old donated clothes, we can turn them into bags when people don't have anything to carry their stuff in. So we also sell the products. We have art for awareness, and we do storytelling, both online and offline. I will share the link to the website where you can find the YouTube and Instagram and also share your story. So And the whole focus of the project is in scalability, movability, and adapting to local opportunities. Because the ambition is to have kick-ass quilt communities all over the world, where people can come together, have some cheer, have some joy, and turn old clothes into new stuff. Every country will have their own challenges and their own needs, and the method is flexible enough to work with everybody. One country will focus more on livelihoods, and another one will focus more on mental health, and every project we will do based on what's necessary. And there's certificates for when the class is finished. So let me summarize with the benefits of sustainable quilting. It lowers the cost in healthcare and money spent on youth support and stuff like that. And it improves mental and physical opportunities. And it also gives people hope and ideas to find employment and other things in their life to do, so they can be a valuable part of society again. It gives a new life to hard to recycle textile, because I think everybody's familiar with the piles and piles of clothes and textiles that get donated or discarded every year. And with quilting, we have a way to turn them into value so they don't waste the environment. And it also makes sustainability accessible for a broader audience, because everybody can join for an afternoon to do something sustainable with their life. And that makes it easier for people to see sustainability as a thing they can be joining too. So that's it. The vision for a more beautiful world Kick-Ass Quilts has is to imagine a world where all textile is made from upcycled materials, made by empowered disenfranchised youth, and what a beautiful world that would be. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rian, for that wonderful presentation. It's quite informative, and thanks for what you're doing. And so for this time, we are going to have a photo session, and would like to get your consent. If that's okay with you, you can turn on your video and we'll have a photo, and this will appear on our social media platforms. So feel free to say in the chat if it's okay or it's not okay. Okay, silence, I think, means that we can go ahead. And so thank you. Are we okay, Nur?
Yes, it's done.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was speaking on mute. So we are going to move to the next session where Ambassador Nur will be presenting the certificates to the mentors. And just a brief bio on who Nur is. He's a humanitarian activist, and he's globally known as an international speaker, moderator, SDG ambassador, educator, and youth influencer. Voluntarily, he has been playing a role as an event coordinator of the Global Youth Mental Health Awareness, Australia, Global Coordinator of Serve Humanity, USA, Bangladesh Director of IDYM Foundation, India, and Country Ambassador of Chilparco International, India. Furthermore, he is a Global General Secretary of Yes You Can International. He is the Youth Ambassador of Access to Human Rights International and Peace Ambassador of Dynamic Peace Rescue Mission International, Nigeria. He has more than 3 years experience in overseeing accounts and finance departments in different corporates and NGOs platforms. He is an emotional intelligence graduate from SLSD School of Emotional Intelligence, globally awarded in Youth Forum, leadership, educator, and SDG field. He is passionate about gender intersectionality, disaster risk reduction, SDG implementation, and climate action. So welcome, Ambassador Nur, and looking forward to this moment.
Thank you so much. It's really glad to have you this kind of introduction. And yes, this is not all about I have done. This is all about our responsibility to have to done in the humanitarian field. Thank you so much, Honorable, for giving me the floor. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you, whoever joined from the different parts of the world today. And of course, this event, and we have to give our heartiest gratitude to the Caroline, and the entire team of Icare for successful event of mini project program. That is not happened by overnight. That is have to be, actually we had a great time to accomplish the successful project within the due time. So yes, now I would like to address some of the mentors. Those are actually doing a fantabulous job to accomplish the mini project program. And now I'm going to focus that who actually joined as a mentor initially with Icare in mini project program. So one by one, I'm going to address their name as their country as well. So first of all, Nora Asengu from Cameroon. Thank you so much, sir. So Jacharowila Megagiani from Greece, Beth Wangui from Kenya, Ifyong Anwana from Nigeria, Orfereni Pons Bera from Peru, Jeremy Aljuk from Philippines, Sekou Alim Kaure from Sierra Leone, Dr. Stila Kasib Mbiti from Kenya. We can have the Takim Ebanga Agbodelfin from Cameroon. We have Ambassador Noor, that's me actually from Bangladesh, and Miguel Ura from Mexico. So thank you so much to all of you who have joined as a mentor in this mini project program. But later on, some of the mentors have joined and did a fantabulous job and did an extremely great contribution to make the successful program, mini project program with the participant. The Honorable, I have witnessed that being a mentor is not very easy as task because we are from the different parts of the world. And if the participants are from the different parts of the world where the time duration is 6 hours, 7 hours, even the more than that. So it's very tough to collaborate with the participant with their answer, successful project implementation. That is not happen very perfectly. If I consider my cases, my participants are very, very great, I have to say. But because of the time constraint, because of the his vision is very large in nature. So for some communication perspective, for some other presentation perspective, it actually not was very fruitful in nature. But trust me, and now I'm going to share some of the mentors' name who are actually a successful mentor in this mini project program. So if I consider the one by one, and definitely I would like to address Honorable Columbus Aguinja from Tamil, who are from Cameroon, Rihanna Dollar from Netherlands, and the successful project have done in Uganda. Look, Netherlands and Uganda, the different parts of the world, they have done perfectly and successful event. Even we had the mentor named Sharika Seluja, who have done 2 projects. Wow. Congratulations, you have done 2 projects, who is from UAE, but successful projects have done in Kenya and Uganda. Such a great mentorship. Congratulations. And I would like to address another one, that is Dulce Maria Jan Cruz from Mexico, who have done the successful project in Bolivia. Wow. So I would like to address another one, Dr. Sangamitra Adhiya from India, who have done the successful event in India. Thank you so much, dear Honorable Mentor, for your successful project. Well, now I would like to give my utmost gratitude to another phenomenal mentor who have done such a fantastic job in mini project program by Icare. So yes, dear Honorable Andrea Barrios, congratulations and thank you so much for your ongoing support as a mentor. I do believe if you continue this kind of mentorship, you can bring the changes in your society. Thank you so much, and Icare really appreciate your ongoing support. I have to address another mentor who from Ghana, Emmanuel Abazami, whose successful event have done in Netherlands. Wow. And now I would like to address another phenomenal mentor, Afulabi Mawisi Olusigan, who from Nigeria and have done the perfect job in the project in Sierra Leone. And Professor Taufik Adiwali, who is from actually Nigeria and done perfect project in Ghana. And by the mentorship of Engineer Nawal Alhani from UAE, who is successfully mentorship with the project that is have done actually in India. So thank you so much to all of you, to all of the mentor for your splendid work, for your numerous contribution, because I do believe that this is the way of we are actually focusing the great footprint in humanity field. Because this is not all about the mini project program. Think about it, that they are thinking about to do something for the humanitarian world, do something for the community, do something for the world. Their thinking and your mentorship are combined together for the impactful work in our community as well as the world. Thank you so much, all of the mentors who have done a great job, as well as all of the participants who have we have actually joined and did their productive work, productive response, as well as productive footprint in humanitarian field. Thank you so much, Martha, for giving me the floor. Thank you so much to all of you who have been listening to me with patience.
Thank you, Ambassador Noor, and thanks also for being our mentor. And just on the same note, we'll hear from one of the mentors who is the guest speaker for today, and she is Engineer Nawal Al-Hanai. She's currently working as Director of Future Energy Department in Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure, Dubai. She's also the Deputy Head of the Happiness and Wellbeing team and a member of innovation team in the ministry. She was working in the R&D department and the Maritime Transportation department before that. She was involved in the municipality affairs and projects since 2003, and she was the head of the building section in 2006. In addition, she was the head of the building section and building material laboratory in 2008. After that, she was the director of the project department in 2011, and she worked as director of the engineering and land department and head of the building section from 2012 until 2017. And her work experience is 15 years in FM. She's a certified ICF coach, and she holds a public sector innovation diploma from Mohammed bin Rashid Center for Government and Innovation. In addition to that, she's a certified innovation strategist from GINI and holds a training course for future foresight from the Said Business School. She's a PhD candidate at the British University of Dubai in the Architecture and Sustainable Built Environment program. She holds a Bachelor of Civil Engineering from the UAE University, and she holds a master's degree in urban planning from the American University of Sharjah. Her area of specialty is transportation, and she has experience and contributions in making strategic plans and studies for the improvement of public and customer services, managing big projects, and environmental protection, as she is one of the core teams in the Fujairah 2040 Master Plan. So on that note, I'd like to welcome Engineer Nawal, and we are really looking forward to your presentation. Welcome.
Thanks a lot, everyone. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to present the UAE journey towards fulfillment of SDGs, and especially SDG 7, which speak about the affordability and the clean energy. So today I'll take you through our journey, how to make our efforts and accomplishments, SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals, successful, and a case study, and make UAE a by example. So this is a quote from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of UAE and ruler of Dubai. He said that strengthening the UAE global competitiveness is the responsibility of our government, private sector, and community. So it is our own responsibility. It is not only one person job. And also I echo His Highness as well, that SDGs is the responsibility of globally, not only one country. It is the mandate and responsibility for all countries to work together towards achieving those goals. So basically, as everyone knows here, that United Nations had launched the SDG program and the agenda, which contains 17th goal with 231 indicators. In UAE, we have UAE Vision 2021, which we concluded and have our next 50 plan. Now we are crafting it and putting our national KPIs as well. So we align all our UAE vision towards aligning it with the SDG Sustainable Development Goal, and each ministry have already leading one of those or some of those KPIs, such as our Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure is leading SDG number 6, 7, and 11 as it's falls within our mandate. Those are the different entities within the UAE that are responsible in achieving those targets. For the international implementation, also in UAE, we launched the Global Councils for Sustainable Development Goals, which is chaired and led by Her Excellency Reem Bint Ibrahim Al Hashmi, the Minister of State for International Collaboration. And along with other ministers, she's leading this Sustainable Development Goals for the second round. This is the second round for those council. And here you will see our ministers leading in the global agenda, the SDG number 11 as well. So basically, what is the ministry doing to achieve this fulfillment? First of all, we aligned our vision, the UAE vision with the Sustainable Development Goals. Also, we have the National Strategy for Wellbeing, which is very well complement and aligned with the SDGs, as well as to achieve our UAE Essential Goals 2071. So the vision of the ministry is to be sustainable global leadership in energy, water, infrastructure, housing, and transportation. And as I said, we have 3 SDGs as a mandate for the ministry. One of them is SDG number 7, where, as you see here, those are the indicators that fall under my department, actually, because I'm the director of Future Energy Department. So basically, I'm monitoring and trying to achieve those different targets within the UAE. As seen here, those are some of the results of some of the KPIs where we ranked 100% in the proportion of population that have access to electricity, in addition to the proportion of population with primary resilience of clean fuel and technology. So basically, also within those efforts to make sure that we are going to the correct pathway and to achieve those goals, we also launched the UAE Net Zero strategy by 2050, where the UAE has been the first MENA region country to announce their net zero pathway. Then with this regards, in addition to that, for the SDG 7, and to make sure that we are fulfilling this requirement, we already launched the leadership roadmap for hydrogen back then in 2021 at Glasgow COP27. COP, it is the climate conference that attended by at least 40,000 delegates from 197 countries. So definitely it's the largest climate conferences, and next year we will host it as UAE, where we will host COP28, and we have a large plan towards achieving those targets within that platform as well, and showcase our success story. In addition to that, we already launched the energy strategy for 2050, and we are updating this strategy as it was launched in 2017, where the aim of having 50% clean energy and 50% from the conventional energy. Within the 50, we have 45 from the clean and from the new renewable energy. So definitely we are doing this exercise, referencing the strategy, because we have the new mandate from the country to align it with net zero strategy. We have new sources of renewable energy, such as hydrogen, hydropower, which was not considered previously, and we are considering that, and removing some of the conventional fuel that was considered previously. And we have a campaign, national campaign for conservation, where we make sure that citizens and population, private sector, the governmental sector already trying to reduce the consumption of electricity and water throughout changing the behavior of the people, because it is not only introducing renewable or clean energy, it's also reducing the consumption, the unuseful consumption, to make the balance, to make the correct balance between both of them. So our strategy for once come to energy, it is to have a secure supply for energy, affordable energy for the community, as well as to make sure that it is sustainable. So those are the three clarineima that the country-based strategy on. Also, we join a different platform, international platform, to make sure not only within the country we achieve the targets for renewable or clean energy, but also in other platforms like marine or maritime sector, which consider a global sector, where also we are voting to have clean energy within this sector, which considered to be heart of its sector as well. And different initiative we are a member in as a country, to make sure that we are aligned with the international standards. And this is our targets when it comes to hydrogen. We as a country consider hydrogen as a future fuel for the country. And also we have putting now together the national hydrogen strategy with our stakeholders, and hopefully we can launch it next year, 2023. This is the roadmap to materialize the economy or the ecosystem of the hydrogen, and the needed time to make sure that different segment is already tackled within the different time zone or different period, and different demonstration test the cargo already in place to showcase the capability of the country, since we have the lowest cost of the renewable energy, which is cost 1.35 cents per kilowatt, which will allow us to produce green hydrogen, and we have the lowest cost for gas, which will allow us to produce blue hydrogen. And also we have the nuclear plant, which will allow us also to generate and produce pink hydrogen. And this is the different platform when it comes to clean energy or also hydrogen that are already in process to make sure to strengthen those partnership and to align those standards, as well as guidelines that will be published sooner, to make sure that to accelerate the development of the hydrogen as well as the renewable economy globally. Those are some of the competitiveness indicators that is published by different international and global reports, such as WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, IMD, Prosperity Report, Doing Business, and you can see here most of the indicator UAE ranked first. However, the others we are top 10 in different aspects. And thank you everyone for this, to give me the opportunity to present. And I'm here, I'm ready to take your questions as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. It's quite enlightening and informative. And so if you have any questions, feel free to post in the chat, and then we'll give an opportunity for you to ask them directly to Engineer Nawal. So without further ado, we'll move to the presentation of the certificates to the participants, and this will be done by Debbie Williams Campbell, who represents Trinidad and Tobago on the board of Icare.